So now I am recording, okay?
Yes, دكتورة.
Okay, thank you so much for your help. So let me just enlarge this and go to our...
Yes.
Our new lesson is not that new, guys, okay? It's also about reducing certain clauses. We talked about reducing adjective clauses. We can also reduce adverb clauses. That is clauses that begin with although and when, okay? These kinds of clauses that don't describe nouns. They are just, separate clauses, which are called adverb clauses, okay? Like this one. This is an example on an adverb clause. This is also another one. So adverb clauses can also appear in a reduced form. But the rule of an adverb clause is different, that because there is also a subject in an adverb clause. Not like, the clauses which are adjective clauses, which describe nouns, okay? Yeah, so adverb clauses can also appear in a reduced form. In the reduced form, the adverb connector remains, so we don't remove the connector. Be careful. When there's although or when, we don't remove the connectors, okay? Yeah. But the subject and be verb are omitted. So what goes? What is omitted? What is omitted is the subject, because in an adverb clause, we have a subject. We have a separate subject anyway. Okay, and of course, as regular, we have a verb because every clause has a subject and has a verb, all right? And in an adverb clause, what happens is that what is reduced is not the connector, because, it's going to, break the sentence now, all right, if we do that, okay? We remove or we omit the subject and the verb to be, okay? So look at these examples. Although he is rather unwell, the speaker will take part in the seminar. Although he is rather unwell, يعني بالرغم من إنه يعني خلينا نحكي unwell يعني مريض مش مرتاح مش مبسوط بجوز عنده شوية غثيان ممكن إنه عنده رشحة خفيفة. So although he is rather مائل إلى إنه مش مرتاح أو مش مبسوط the speaker يعني الشخص المتكلم المتحدث will take part in the seminar. راح يشارك. take part معناها المشاركة. will participate يعني بدل ما نقول participate take part. same. It's the same. In what? In the seminar. Seminar طبعا هي بتكون تعرفوا جلسة يعني للتحدث. ممكن يكون في مثلا هاي حلقة لطلبة الماجستير أو الدكتوراه. فهاي بنسميها إحنا seminar. All right? It's not just a regular lecture. ما بنعتبرها lecture أو محاضرة عادية seminar. Right? يعني هي طريقة لإنه الواحد يوصف المحاضرات اللي فيها مثلا مستوى أعلى من العلم بيتم نقاشه. All right? Yeah. So when you are ready, عندما تكون جاهزا أنت المخاطب, when you are ready, لما تجلس هيك معناها, right? So you can begin your speech. ممكن تبدأ حوارك. What are we going to do in the first and in the second? Well, we're going to remove the subject and we're going to remove the verb. Let's read them and see if we feel fine with them. Although rather unwell, so instead of saying he is rather unwell, although rather unwell, بالرغم من إنه مش مرتاح, مش سليم, same meaning, really, okay? The speaker will take part in the seminar. And here we want to also remove the subject and the verb. So when ready, عندما تكون جاهزا, all right, you can begin your speech. ممكن أن تبدأ, خطابك أو كلامك, all right? Yeah. That is really what the sentences mean. The meaning does not really change, even though we, do this reduction. Okay. These two examples, ما لهم هذول المثالين اللي هون, may be used in either the complete or reduced form. طبعا بالأسلوب الcomplete يعني بدون reduction, سليم الأسلوب إنه نستخدمه, وممكن نستخدم أسلوب reduced اللي هو المختصر, that is by removing the subject and the verb. طبعا الverb شو ماله? Verb to be. Okay, so be careful. In the reduced form, في الطريقة المختصرة, the adverb connectors although and when remain. ما بنشيل although will when connectors. Okay, so this is something that we should keep in mind. Where are we? The subject he and you, as well as the be verb is and are omitted. شو اللي بيصير? So the be verb, الفعل be اللي هو is, are, am إذا كان موجود في الجملة, هذا إيش بنعمل؟ نعمل له omission. Okay, omission means to omit it. That means to remove it, to cross it out. Okay. And what happens is that, where are we? أنا كأني يعني over here, right? Okay, if there is no be verb, افرضوا إنه في عندنا جملة ما فيها be verb، فيش verb، يعني زي هاي الجملة. Although he feels rather sick. بالرغم من إنه بشعر بالغثيان أو بمائل إلى الغثيان، بدل ما نقول he is rather unwell he feels، بحط الفعل feel يشعر. معلش شباب وصبايا يعني زملاء الكرام، يا ريت لو إنه يعني زي هيك where I'm just trying to find a way to mute you all. I'm sorry about this, but I'm gonna have to mute all of you. You all, because you have to make the decision to mute your audio, this mic. I think I muted all the people, all the participants, but the person who is speaking. Okay, so please mute your mics unless you want to raise your hand and you would like to speak. You are more than welcome to do that. You know that. Okay. So back to what we were saying over here, to these sentences over here. So sometimes if we have a sentence where there is, a main verb like this, not a verb to be, what do we do in this case? If there is no verb to be in the adverb clause, yani this sentence means this sentence, but I have decided here to say, although he is rather unwell, here he feels. See, I decided to use the main verb feel instead here. Okay, so I changed the structure of the sentence. غيرت بناء الجملة هون, all right, with the main verb. So what do I do in this case? It is still possible to have a reduced form. لسه في مجال نعمل reduced form. كيف شو بنعمل? When there is no be verb in the adverb clause, the subject is omitted. تمام, نعمل omission للsubject اللي he or he. And the main verb is changed into the ing form. فكثير بتعاملوا مع ing طبعا, وزي ما حكينا شائع جدا ing form, بس بندير بالنا مش كل مرة. Okay, so be careful. Here في حال انه الفعل guys مش verb to be, I change it into ing. بس احيانا بشيل انا الverb to be وبكون في عندي اصلا verb, ممكن يكون الverb هذا verb 3. So yes, I'm going to use it. ما بروح انا والله بألف من عندي verb ing. في حالات معينة I don't. هذا بس بحال معين شلت الverb subject. okay, والفعل اللي عندي أنا already here مش verb to be, فما بقدر أنا أشيله. فالموجود هون عندي present simple زي ما أنتم شايفين feels. شو بعمل؟ بقلبه ل feeling. okay, although he feels rather sick, the speaker will take part in the seminar. بقول although now, then I removed he, feeling rather sick, the speaker will take part in the seminar. Okay, look at this example. When you give your speech, يعني هاي غيرتها الجملة بطريقة مختلفة. when you give your speech, عندما تعطي تقدم, يعني عندما تقدم your speech, my gosh. So again, mute all. I'm sorry about this. Mute all. All right. I hope that I muted everyone. I don't know why muting sometimes, does not work, but I tried to do that. Okay. Anyway, back to our lesson. We said what? When you give your speech, عندما تقدم أو تقدم أو تحكي, your speech اللي هو خطابك أو كلامك, you should speak loudly and distinctly. لازم تحكي بصوت مرتفع وبصوت واضح. Distinctly يعني clear, not just loud. عالي الصوت يكون مرتفع إلى حد ما وفي وضوح. That's what we mean by distinctly. Okay, so what are we going to do? This is an adverb clause. Hey, adverb clause اللي هون. Okay, it's not an adjective clause, it's an adverb clause. Be careful. Okay, so how do I know? Because it begins with when. ما عم توصف اسم هاي. Okay, حتى أقول عنها adverb clause. It begins with when. All right, like over here, it begins with although. Okay, that's how I know it's an adverb clause. So what do? I remove the subject you, and then, what do I have? I don't have verb to be. I have give. Give is in the present simple. I flip it into giving. بقلبها ل verb ing. So when giving your speech, ونفس المعنى ترى. عند إعطائك أو تقديمك للسبيتش لحوارك أو ل شرحك, whatever it is. Okay. What do you do? Simply, you should speak loudly and distinctly. In the first example, the adverb clause, although he feels rather sick, في المثال الأول, does not include a verb, a be verb. ما فيش be verb زي ما احنا شايفين، ما في be verb. To reduce this clause, the subject he is omitted. شو بنعمل omission للي he, and the main verb feels is changed into ing. وفي عندي feels لاحظتوا انتوا غالبا ال present simple اللي usually is flipped to ing. All right. To reduce this clause, the subject he is omitted and the main verb feels is changed to what? Feeling. Okay. In the second example, في المثال الثاني, all right, the adverb clause when you give your speech, hey, when you give your speech is an adverb clause. You know that, guys, huh? Also does not include a be verb. ما فيه be verb. زي ما احنا شايفين we have the give. To reduce this clause حتى نعمل reduction, تقنين, تصغير لهاي الclause, what do we do? Huh? The subject you is omitted. نشطب you. Okay, بنشيلها. And the main verb give is changed into giving. طبعا هذا لا يعني إنه أنا ما بقدر جملتي أستخدمها بالطريقة المفروضة هاي بدون اختصار. Of course you can. But I'm just saying that if you, let me say, encounter a sentence like this when giving your speech, it's correct also. Don't say it's wrong, because sometimes I will ask you, is this sentence correct or incorrect? You have to tell me it's correct. It's a reduced clause and it's correct, because you can use sentences, you know, that have clauses as reduced and they are correct, or as, you know, sentences that are not reduced and they are, you know, just open in the way, in that, you know, long way, okay, using the long pattern. Okay, so you have to familiarize yourself. لازم إنه نتعود على this style, you know, whether it's the reduced or not reduced. Okay. Okay, let's take a look now. Now it's easier. أنا بتوقع إنه صار أسهل لأنه we went through the experience of reduction بالتدريب اللي قبل, بالskill اللي قبل, right? So we kind of, you know, got the hang of it, huh? شوي إنه أخذنا على الوضع now that there's reduction. Okay, let's take a look at the exercise. هيك رح يتم امتحاننا إن شاء الله later on in the future. Like this, the following example shows how this sentence pattern could be tested in the structure section. هذا سؤال على نمطه رح يجيكم بالامتحان. All right, when يعني we know from the beginning there's going to be a clause here and a clause here. Huh? A when clause is what? An adverb clause. يعني clause بتبدأ لي when. This is an adverb clause. And we can reduce. فإحنا صار في عنا, you know, we're familiar now with what we're going to be, what we're going to have. طبعا when in a clause you need a subject and the verb. But you can reduce the subject and the verb. Remember that. Here you are free to leave. Huh? When what you are free to leave. عندما إيش؟ أنت حر طليق للمغادرة. What are we going to say here? So when the finished report, you are free to leave. The finished subject like this report, where is the verb? The finished معناتها المنتهي اللي خلص. All right, so there's no verb really here. When finished with the report, هاي معناها عند إنهائك التقرير. Okay, when the report with the subject, the report, it's a noun right away. Where's the verb? طيب, when is the report finished? هاي والله نمط سؤال يعني صراحة. When is the report finished? متى سينتهي التقرير؟ وبعدين look, there's another clause. So this is messed up. Okay, we don't have the verb like this, in this way as a question, you know, in this way. So, you know, think about this. Which one is the best answer? Usually you want a subject, and then a verb, or a reduced form. إحنا هون يا إما subject and verb, وفيش ولا واحدة فيها subject and verb, أو reduced form. Which one has the reduced form? Yes, Dr. Ghaith, what do you want to say about this? I'm listening to you, Dr. Ghaith.
I think the correct answer is B. Finished
Correct.
with the report. And when finished with the report, you are free to leave.
Okay. When finished with the report, you are free to leave. Correct. Because this is a reduced form. Because it could be something like, like what originally? Do you know what it could be originally? Can you think about what it might be? Like the original sentence?
When you
Yeah.
when you okay.
When you finish.
It's really when you are finished with the report.
When you are finished.
Yeah,
yes,
when you are finished with the report, because what we did really is you removed you and are. And we left finished the way it is. When you are finished. We say this sentence. It's used. When you are finished. لما تخلص. عندما تنهي, when you are finished. Okay? So we say this with the report, all right? When you are finished, okay, with the report, like when you are done with it, all right? That's what it means. We use the style, okay, of speech. So R is removed, and U is removed. So this is what I have left. وهذا ما يتبقى. So we didn't even change something to something else, you know, any verb to anything else. So let's take a look at the explanation. What does the writer of this book say? He said, in this example, you should notice that the adverb, connector when, let me lift this up, the adverb connector when, and you should know what this time word could be followed by either a complete clause. So what did we say from the beginning? Either a complete clause or a reduced clause. And when we see when directly, what comes to our mind? We're going to have a complete clause or a reduced clause. So we should, like, let me say, put the format in our minds, all right, of the complete clause or the reduced clause. Yani expect this or this. Answer A and C contain the subjects. Look at this. A and C, they contain what? The subject, the finished report. And the report. And no verb. Look, this is not a verb, by the way. Be careful. The finished report. We're describing the report. هاي صفة ترى. The finished report. التقرير المنتهي. It's not a verb. Be careful, guys, okay? And this over here, the report. These are, like subject. Where's the verb by? We need a verb. All right. After when, we need a subject and the verb or a reduced form, right? So these don't work. So these answers are incorrect. In answer D, okay, let's tackle D. خلينا نحكي عن D شوي. What about what's the problem? The subject and verb are inverted. طلعوا أنا حكيت لكم عن هاي إنه زي شكل سؤال يعني. The subject and the verb are inverted. يعني مبدلات السبجكت والverb. Why? Okay? And this is not a question. على شكل سؤال عاملينه وهذا مش سؤال. مش هذا when هون جاي when اللي هي متى. when معناها هون عندما. لأنه when لها عدة معاني حسب السياق. لما تكون هي connector لclause عندما معناها وليس معناها هون متى. فهون زي ما تقولوا عملوها زي كأنها متى. طب بس كمان حتى لو متى, what's this then? This is extra. Okay, so the whole, let me say structure is wrong. وبكون البناء كله مش سليم ساعتها, if you want to use it in that way. So answer D is incorrect. See, the correct answer is answer B. B طبعا هي أفضل جواب. Why? Because it is the reduced form of the clause. لأنه هو عبارة عن شكل مختصر لهاي الكلاس. طلعوا كيف؟ When you are finished with the report. فحلو الواحد يعود حاله على structures that are used in English. Do you know why? Because كل ما الواحد أطلع حاله على الجمل المستخدمة الشائعة, في الحوار بين الناس, in English, كل ما كان these, skills become easier. So when you are finished, we say this. كتير الناس بيحكوها. لما تخلص with your report, مش بالضرورة your report. Could be anything else. When you are finished with the cleaning up, when you are finished with your, studying, let me say, whatever it is, do this. I might ask you to do something else. You need to do this, you need to do that, right? So it should be noted that not all adverb clauses can appear in a reduced form. هلا موضوع تاني بدنا نقول لكم إنه not all adverb clauses can appear in a reduced form. مش كل والله adverb clause تيجي عندي reduced, okay? And the number of adverb clauses can only be reduced if the verb is in the passive form. Okay, في مجموعة فقط بنعمل لها reduction في passive form, okay? Once you submit your thesis, you will graduate. This is an active sentence. Once you submit your thesis, يعني مجرد once معناها مجرد ما تسلم رسالتك. طبعا هذا مشرف بقول لطالبه, ده طالب الدراسات العليا إما ماجستير أو دكتوراه, فبقول له مجرد ما تسلم رسالتك thesis, رسالة الماجستير أو الدكتوراه, you will graduate. يعني اعتبر حالك راح تتخرج. You will graduate, راح تتخرج. okay? يعني التخريج مرتبط بالتسليم. Anyway, الفكرة إنه this sentence is active. هاي الجملة ما لها جملة مبنية للمعلومة عادية, فما بصير فيها reduction. okay? فاللي عم بقولوه هون إنه usually we have reduction where in the passive. إحنا كتير بكون عندنا reduction في أساليب الباسيف. شوفوا على هاي. Once it is submitted, مجرد ما يتم تسليمها اللي هي الرسالة طبعا. كيف بعرف من الرسالة؟ لأنه here I mention and say your thesis will be reviewed. رح يتم مراجعة رسالتك. all right, by a committee من قبل لجنة. that, okay? So this is passive, okay? And that's why we have here a subject and a verb, okay? Here we have a subject and a verb. Once it is submitted, what is it? Your dissertation. By who? By you. So be careful and make sure that your sentences are, that the ones that, you reduce are passive. So once it is submitted, we cross out it, we cross out is, and then we have submitted. Okay, once submitted, مجرد ما يتم تسليمها هي الرسالة, it will be reviewed. Okay, راح يتم مراجعته. In the first example, the adverb clause, once you submit your thesis, مجرد ما تسلم رسالتك, does not reduce because clause is introduced by once. the clauses اللي بدايتها once only reduce if the verb is passive. فهاي عمموها. أي clause, adverb clause بدايتها once, مجرد. once معناها مجرد guys. alright. إذا ما كانت passive ما في reduction. لازم تكون passive. Okay. For us to reduce it. Okay. Or to, get that clause to be reduced. And the verb submit is active. والفعل عندي active submit. يعني مبني للمعلوم. In the second example في المثال الثاني هذا, the adverb clause once it is submitted it does reduce. عفواً بصير له reduction اللي هو تقنين أو اختصار. To once submitted بصير طبعاً once submitted. Alright. Because the clause is introduced by once and the verb is submitted in passive. طبعاً لأنه البداية once وكمان مش بس لأنها once لأنه بقولك إذا بدايتها once وactive انسى الموضوع إنه نعمل reduction. Right. انسى الموضوع. أما once passive form for passive structure بعمل إلها reduction. طب كيف بعرف إنها passive structure؟ لأنه simply passive structure بكون في عندي بعد السبجكت طبعاً بكون في عندي verb to be بكون في عندي verb what. main verb بكون PP means what guys? It means verb 3 فعل بالتصريف الثالث. وكمان لما نقرأها once it is submitted مجرد ما يتم تسليمها شو هي the dissertation by someone من قبل شخص. يعني هاي ما it مش هي اللي بتعمل هذا الحدث يعني right بيتم عليها هاي it اللي هي عبارة عن dissertation الثيسس. okay من قبل شخص ما اللي هو الطالب طبعا the student. That's what we're talking about over here. Let's take a look at the table. هاي في عندي الجدول طبعا as usual كالعادة بيلخص لنا هالمعلومات اللي هلأ تعلمناهم. right. Yeah, which is what we're talking about reduced adverb clauses. عم نحكي عن reduce معناها زي ما قلنا اللي هو اختصار clauses أشباه الجمل اللي بدايتها although when once. right. Something of that kind. alright. And more. هاي في كمان عندي more. So with a be verb in the adverb clause لما يكون في يعني adverb connector شو بعمل I leave the adverb connector. بضل طبعا الكونكتور أداة الربط هاي اللي هي although when مثلا once اللي احنا أخذناهم لحد الآن. we cross the subject بنحذف السبجكت اللي هي I he she whatever and the verb to be والأمور تمام وبنكمل. with no be verb ما عندي be verb بالadverb clause شو بعمل I leave the adverb connector. دائما الadverb connector يبقى. alright. I cross the subject and make sure that my verb is ing. بتأكد إن الverb اللي بعد السبجكت ing. طبعاً هاي عندي مجموعة من adverb connectors. هاي أمثلة عليها after, before, since كلها هاي adverb connectors. while, when, if, unless بتقدروا تعملوا عليها أمثلة. alright. So while you are here while you are here at my house I would like you to try my spaghetti, maybe. That's a sentence, okay? So, we use these, time expressions in adverb clauses all the time, okay? So it's fine. We can use these could be reduced, sentences that start with these, يعني الجمل اللي بتبدأ بهدول, if we have two clauses, نعمل reduction عادي لهم, okay? بالpassive, كلهم كمان نفس الشيء بس طلعوا شو أنا حطيت هون once مش موجودة في الأكتف once مش من الكلمات اللي موجودة وهون صارت موجودة طلعوا. يعني هدول بالأكتف بعملهم reduction. بالباسيف طلعوا ضفت هون أنا once صار في عندي a little bit of change. So to reduce an adverb clause حتى نعمل reduction للadverb clause omit the subject بدنا نشيل السبجكت ملخص مرة تانية and the be verb. مرة تانية يعني هذا ملخص للجدول. If there is no verb إذا ما عندي فعل okay شو بنعمل then omit the subject and change the verb to the ing. إذا ما عندي verb يعني المقصود في verb هون be verb طبعا نعمل omission لل subject and we make sure that our verb is in the ing. Let's do some examples, some exercises. Let's do 2. شو رأيكم بتنتين عشان نفعل reading? Okay, for today we want to go to the reading. All right, after this. So who would like to do You know, you have from 1 to 10. You can make a choice. Who would like to choose one of these? Come on, let's have more hands. Let's have more people helping me out. Where are you guys? Where are you guys? How come I have only the same people, you know, answering questions on and on? The same people are doing these questions, and I want more of you, you know, to participate. Come on. Whose hand is up? I'm looking. We have Dr. Khulud.
I will answer number 3.
Yeah. You know, some of you in the participation are going to get 10 out of 10. And others, how much are they going to get? You tell me.
9 of 10.
Okay, we'll think about it, okay?
Yeah.
Yani, if you, because you attend regularly, honestly speaking, I'm going to give you a high grade in participation. But if you also actually participate and raise your hand, that will make a difference. Maybe I will give you bonus, right? How about that? All right.
Okay.
So this is to encourage you to, you know, to do more work. All right. Yeah. All right. Yes, Dr. Khulud, which one have you chosen?
Number 3, the ointment can be applied where needed.
Thank you so much. Yes, the ointment.
It is a common sentence. It is on the prescription of any ointment. I think the sentence is true. The
Okay.
ointment can be
Yeah,
applied.
you know what, Dr. Khulud, the best way to deal with such sentences, first of all, as they say here, circle the adverb connector. Try to find the adverb connector. Where is the adverb connector?
Yes.
Where, right?
Adverb connector where? Yes.
Yes,
It's done where?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's correct, and you are right. This is correct. The ointment means the cream. Ointment is cream, guys, okay? It's cream that you put on your face, on your body. So the ointment can be applied, huh? يعني الكريم ممكن, you know, to apply is ممكن وضعه, huh? Where, what? Maybe it is needed, huh? It is needed, what do you think? So because if we delete it and we delete is, and then we have needed.
Needed.
Okay, so this is a reduced clause. I clause مالها reduced, so it's correct.
Yes.
where it is needed,
where it is needed.
حيث يعني
exactly.
أنت بحاجة, يعني حيث أنت بحاجة. يعني maybe the ointment means it's like sunscreen. ممكن يكون الاوينتمنت واقي شمس. Okay? يعني مكتوب شغلات زي هيك على علبة الواقي تاعت للشمس, right? Yeah. Let's have Dr. Islam Bani Muhammad. I'm glad that we have more people participating. Which one do you want to do? Thank you so much.
مساء النور دكتورة.
أهلا أهلا.
I will select number 10.
Okay. Where is the connector? Where is the adverb connector? Do you know?
So
yes.
Yes. So
do you know why I asked about the adverb connector, Dr. Islam? Do you know why? Because after it we have the you know, the what? The reduction. That's why it's good to know. Okay? Dr.
Yes, yes, sure.
You know why? Yeah, this is why. Yes, go ahead.
It's located near the coast. The town doesn't get much of an ocean breeze.
Good.
طبعا هنا located أو يعني الفاعل هون يعود للتاون اللي هي المدينة. I think it's correct.
Yeah, it is correct. You are 100% right. You know why? لأنه though معناها بالرغم. Though it is located, أصلها هاي, though it is located, بالرغم من إنها موقعها بالقرب من الشاطئ. The coast يعني الشاطئ, guys. عم نحكي إحنا هون عن the town. كيف عرفت إنه عن the town؟ هي يعني أجلوا ذكر يعني عن إيش بيحكوا, the subject, all right? Though it, لأنه it هي الضمير العائد, هي فعلا ذكروا subject بس يعني مش بشكل واضح, okay? Though it is located near the coast, بالرغم من إنها موقعها بجانب you know أو قريب من الشاطئ, the town هاي المدينة هاي المدينة does not get much of an ocean breeze. ما يعني ما بيجيها, يعني تعرفوا هذا نسيم البحر, ocean breeze معناه نسيم البحر, ما فيها نسيم البحر. تعرفوا البلدان أو خلينا نحكي المدن اللي على الساحل يعني هواها ما شاء الله. يعني I remember يعني maybe just a year ago, less than a year ago, قبل أقل من سنة رحت على اسكندرية. And oh my gosh, you should see the ocean breeze, and mostly at night, وغالبا في المساء وفي الليل, مش طبيعي the ocean breeze. All right? So we're talking about, I don't know which city they're talking about. مش عم بعرف عن أي town أو أي بلدة. But نرجع back to the grammar. We're talking about grammar. Though it is located. شلنا it. We reduced it and is. يعني غالبا أصلا هذول بيجوا بالpassive. So correct. ما دام أنا شلت it is وظلت located خلص. Excellent. Though like located near the coast, the town does not get much of an ocean breeze. Do you want to do one more before we go to the reading? We need to go to reading, guys. You know that? Yeah, we really need to go to reading. So Dr. Ghaith, do you want to do one? I'm going to depend on you to do one of these, and I'm not going to look. I'm going to trust. Choose anyone and do it for us and explain it too. Help me.
Okay. Number 6. When purchased at this store, the buyer gets a guarantee on all items. It's correct. The connector here when, and the originally it was when you are purchased at this store, we can say.
When, with this 1-6, when purchased at the store, the buyer gets a guarantee on all items. When purchased at the store, this is wrong, Dr. Ghaith, right?
This is wrong.
Yeah.
When you are purchased. When you are purchased.
Listen, you're going to laugh if I tell you what this means when you are purchased. When you are purchased, معناها لما يتم شرائك. يا حبيبي,
Okay.
Is that true?
No.
So honestly speaking, let me help you.
Yes.
When you purchase at the store,
yes.
when you purchase at the store, هي الأصل عندما تشتري من هذا المحل. When you purchase at the store. So شو بدنا نعمل? We want to omit you ساعتها. طب purchase شو نعمل فيها؟ بتقلب ing.
Purchasing. ing.
Exactly. فالخلل, it's incorrect. الخلل هون إنه purchase should be ing. So when purchasing at the store, عندما تشتري من هذا المحل, أو يشتري البائع من هذا المحل, the buyer gets a guarantee on all items. يعني المشتري بيحصل على guarantee, on all items. يعني حق له. All right? Yeah. Yes. What do you want to say?
Can we, يعني when you purchase, it is a must to put you. And when you must
لا مش ضروري تحطي you. أنا بس عم برجع لورا شو أصلها. What was the original form? No. You don't put it. When purchasing الصح. يعني هاي purchase ing بدنا نحط عليها مش ed. وخلص وهيك بتكون سليمة. بس يعني this is between me and myself. I am thinking back like before the reduction. How was it? I'm asking myself. How was it? There was a subject and there was a verb. What were they? I'm asking myself. Okay? We want the reduced form. That is
I am
purchasing
thinking
at the store. بس إذا قررتي تقولي when you,
I am thinking
أنت حابة إنه ما تعمليهاش reduced يعني تقولي when you purchased.
Yes, when you purchased, and it is not يعني allow for me to reduce it.
طبعا مش you هون أنا بدي when he purchased at the store لأنه أنا عم بحكي عن the buyer المشتري.
The buyer.
He purchased.
The buyer, yes.
Yeah. بس ليش يا دكتور خلود إحنا قررنا نقول reduced when purchasing؟ السبب إنه درسنا it's about reduction. يعني بده يعلمنا أصلاً إحنا كيف نعمل reduction، كيف نعمل تقنين للجمل. عرفتي؟ فيفضل إنه جوابي يكون مقنن قدر المستطاع ومش مفرود. That's the thing. Okay? مش معناها إنه غلط إن أقول when he purchased. No, it's correct. Okay? And in the exam, if I ask you to fix a sentence and you fix it in a correct way, but it's not reduced, خلاص, this is correct. Okay? Now we want to move on to page, please, let's move on to page 255. يعني معلش تحملونا بدنا نروح على 255 ناخذ لنا reading skill وبعدين أقول لكم يعني تصبحوا على خير. So 255 right now. نروح لنا كلياتنا على 255. We want to move to reading. بدنا نروح على reading. المرة الماضية we talked about main idea questions, I think, right? Isn't that what we did last time? We took main idea. This is reading. شايفين reading? We are now in the reading section of the TOEFL book. And we have finished this one, the main idea question. Last time we discussed this. Today we want to talk about recognize the organization of ideas. This is what we want to do, okay? Recognize, what does this mean? Yani it's always better to understand what is needed, from the question by reading an example. In the reading comprehension section of the TOEFL, there will sometimes be questions about the organization of ideas in a passage. أحيانا راح يكون في أسئلة عن تنظيم المعلومات، okay؟ في النص. في أي نص بغض النظر شو هو النص. In this type of question, في هذا النوع من الأسئلة, you will be asked to determine how the ideas in one paragraph or paragraphs relate to the ideas in another paragraph. يعني ممكن تنسأل شو عامل شو اللي بربط هاي الفقرة بهاي الفقرة. Okay? يعني this is what, about what, and this is about what. طبعا sometimes there will be, things that help you. Let me say certain words that will direct you to the answer. Okay? Easier than, in an easier way than, to read the whole thing. But let's just quickly read this, okay? The passage, النص. It's a passage made of what? 2 paragraphs. How do we know 2 paragraphs? Look, there's indentation. في عندي هون الفراغ هذا بيدل على إنه فقرة وهي فقرة. If asked who invented the game, طبعا في سبب إنه ما في عنوان. You know why? لأنه العنوان بيدل على المضمون وهم they don't want to help you. You have to help your. Hello everyone, we're back. And I hope I am sharing my screen. I'm sorry about the, internet, disconnections today. In our area, we sometimes, maybe it has to do with people watching football matches. I'm not really sure, but I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry about these disconnections that are taking place. Am I still recording? Yes, I am. So let's just, not, waste some time talking about the internet and its problems. All right, please forgive me. Okay, so I was telling you that sometimes we don't have a title, and we don't have a title for a purpose, because you will be asked sometimes, what is the title? What could the the title be? That's why we don't have titles to the passages in the TOEFL exam. Okay, that's the reason. So what kind of question are we going to get here? Let's see. First, let me help you read the passage quickly. If asked who invented the game of baseball, baseball, the game, it's the American, game, all right, where there's a bat, like a stick, and there's a ball, and you smack the ball like that, and you start running to base 1, base 2, etc. Anyway, if asked who invented the game of baseball, most Americans would probably reply that it was Abner Doubleday. At the beginning of this century, there was some disagreement over how the game of baseball had actually originated. So sporting goods manufacturer Spalding inaugurated a commission to research the question. So people did not know, okay, guys, who invented this, game. And so there is this, manufacturer called Spalding. What did they do? It inaugurated it. That means it began, a commission, like some kind of, a kind of discussion over, let me say, people where they could, let me say, vote. A commission means like to vote for, and to say who actually invented this game. In 1908, a report was published, by the commission. Commission is like this, kind of, let me say, organization. Commission means organization, in which Abner Doubleday, a U.S. Army officer. Who is Abner Doubleday? A U.S. Army officer from Cooperstown, New York, was given credit, okay, that they said that it was really him for the invention of the game, that he invented the game. National Baseball Hall of Fame, another organization that has to do with baseball, was established where? In Cooperstown, in honor of Doubleday. Today, most sports historians are in agreement that Doubleday really did not have much to do with the development of baseball. Can you imagine? So this is totally, in opposition to this. Instead, baseball seems to be a close relation to the English game of rounders, and probably has English rather than American roots. Wow. So this is something, and this is something else, this paragraph, okay? The question, what is the question? The second paragraph, what is the second paragraph really about? When someone says the second paragraph, what does the second paragraph do here? Does it agree with this paragraph? Does it differ? Does it oppose it? Okay, let's see. A, provides examples to support the ideas in the first paragraph. Does this paragraph, the second one, give examples to support the ideas here in the first paragraph? See, remember I told you you can find answers in the first line. If asked who invented the game of baseball, most Americans would probably reply that it was Abner Doubleday. So this is, you know, this paragraph is all about this issue. Is it Abner Doubleday or not? Okay, the creator or the inventor of baseball. Now here, look at the first line. Remember I said the main idea is in the first line. Today does not mean today. Just today, like for example, today's what? Tuesday. It doesn't mean Tuesday. Today means nowadays. في الوقت الحاضر, right? Most sports historians, يعني مؤرخي علوم الرياضة مالهم, are in agreement that Doubleday really did not have much to do with the development of baseball. So this is the main idea of the new paragraph. This has nothing to do with this. It opposes it, right? So I want to ask again the question. Just say yes or no. Does the second paragraph provide examples to support the idea in the first paragraph? Yes or no?
No.
No,
It doesn't support it. It's
Totally different.
opposition. Good job. B, does the second paragraph precedes means يسبق. You have to know these words. The ideas in the first paragraph precedes it?
no.
Simply done the first.
Okay, يعني it doesn't go before, it goes after. These ideas are, this new paragraph came after the first one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're not talking about anything that happened before. Did this happen before? No, this happened after this. This happened first, and this came next, right? This is like the nowadays, the present. This is in the past. This happened in the past. Okay, C, does the second paragraph, so the second paragraph outlines the effect of the idea in the first paragraph. The effect of the idea, it talks about the effect of this idea, the idea here that Abner Doubleday, does it outline it? Does it discuss it? Does it talk more about it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't outline. Outline is like, you know,
another idea.
it speaks about the same idea, but in a clearer way, an outline in detail, probably. Because look at the last option. The second paragraph refutes. Refutes means rejects, refuses.
Refuses.
Yes, the idea in the first paragraph. Is that what happened?
Yes, definitely, of course.
So
Yes,
usually,
in agreement.
guys, now we want to go back to the here. Recognize the organization of ideas. That means that, remember, guys, the ideas, the main idea of every paragraph. I want to ask you this question. Most of the times, where can you find it? In the topic sentence. The topic sentence is the first sentence in every paragraph.
Yes.
Read it and try as much as you can to understand it. Like the information that is in the paragraph should support the topic sentence, right? When I say here today, most sport historians are in agreement that Doubleday really did not have much to do with this development, the development of the sport. So this over here should support this, that this guy Doubleday did not really invent it. Look what they say. Does it support it? In baseball seems to have a close relationship with a game in Britain called rounders, and does not have American roots. So it does support this, because they say it's not Doubleday who invented it. And guess what? The game came from England. There's another game like it called rounders in England. It's not American. So Doubleday is American. See? So the thing is that the sentences that follow the topic sentence is the first sentence. They support it. فلما بدي أحصل على جوابي لو سمحتوا دكاترتنا الكرام دائما بركز على الجملة الأولى بالفقرة، لأن هي الجملة المفتاحية اللي أصلا الجواب محتوى فيها. أوكي؟ كان هون أو هون بيسأل عن الفقرة الثانية بركز هون، لكن أنا بقدرش أجاوب عن الفقرة الثانية إنها هي ترفض هاي الفقرة بلا ما أقرأ كمان the first sentence here, right? Because they are drawing a comparison، لأنه عم بيعملوا بسؤالهم أصلا بدهم إيانا نعمل زي مقارنة. شو الفرق بين هاي الفقرة وهاي الفقرة؟ هاي الفقرة بتقول إنه Abner Doubleday, he invented baseball, an American who invented baseball. Okay? And they talk about information that, you know, proves that. وبيضيفوا معلومات عشان يأكدوا هاي الفكرة. لكن here بقول لك nowadays بالوقت الحاضر, no. They say that it's not Doubleday historians يعني اللي هم مؤرخين الرياضة أو اللي بيفهم بعلوم الرياضة, all right, they say that it developed, you know, in a different way. يعني هي تطورت بطريقة تانية أو إجت لأمريكا بطريقة تانية, and they explain how the other way. So this has nothing to do with this, okay? That's what, you know, this, you know, kind of skill is all about. Recognize the organization of idea. بدنا نعرف كيف مرتبة ومنظمة ال ideas. هاي idea, someone did something, this idea does not support it, ولا حتى its examples on it, or, you know, let me say proves it. This one shows something that is the opposite and even rejects this idea, okay? And ideas usually are found, I'm going to repeat this idea, رح أضيف لكم المعلومة. Ideas are found in the first sentence of every paragraph, okay? At the beginning of the paragraph. See, let's see what it says here. To answer this question, it is necessary to look at the main ideas of each of the two paragraphs. The main ideas of the first paragraph is found in the first sentence of the first paragraph. Most people believe that Abner Doubleday invented the game of baseball. The main idea of the second paragraph is found in the first line. شايفين how the first line of the second paragraph? Historians generally agree that Doubleday did not invent baseball. So he didn't, they say. The second paragraph therefore contradicts. لذلك الفقرة الثانية ما لها بتعارض, or كلمة ثانية لكلمة contradicts, refutes. اعرفوا the meanings of these words, all right? The information in the first paragraph, the best answer then is D. Okay? Are you all with me on this? You want to take a look at the chart. خلينا ننظر للchart, okay? Because it has a summary, okay, of this information, okay? Here is the chart, as you can see right here. Let me enlarge the chart for you so that it could be clear. So the following chart outlines the key information that you should remember about questions on the organization of ideas, okay? How to identify the question. ممكن يسألونا سؤال زي هيك. How is the information in the passage organized? كيف منظم أو مرتب المعلومات, all right? يعني في الفقرات, all right? Or في الفقرة نفسها كلها, all right? How is the information in the second paragraph related to the information in the first paragraph? ممكن يسألونا عن, you know, نقارن, you know, how is it really, شو العلاقة بيناتهم اللي الفقرة الأولى والثانية. That's something else. Where to find the answer? وين بلاقي الجواب? Look guys, the answer to this type of question can generally be determined. ممكن أحدده وين? By looking at the first sentence of the appropriate paragraph. طلع الفقرة الأولى من الفقرة اللي أصلا هم بيطلبوا منا, عفوا الجملة الأولى من الفقرة اللي بيطلبوا منا الإجابة حولها, all right? بس يعني sometimes it's like a good idea to read the other paragraph, command the main idea in the first sentence, you know, so that I can have, you know, a good kind of, you know, answer, a sure kind of answer. How to answer the question? كيف بجاوب على السؤال? Read the first line of each paragraph. شايفين؟ لازم نقرأ كل سطر أو كل جملة بكل فقرة. Look for words that show the relationship. بندور على كلمات تبين العلاقة, okay, between the paragraphs. Choose the answer. وطبعا وبعدها بنجاوب على السؤال اللي بيبين العلاقة بيناتهم. All right? You want to do another paragraph or are we done? Tell me. More or خلاص? Do you feel bored? Hello? More or are we done for today?
No, it's enough for today.
For today enough?
Yes.
All
yes.
right. I know it's been a long day for all of us. I understand that you're not bored of me. You're just, you know, tired, right? All of you. All right. You have an enjoyable evening and inshallah, we will meet tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.